today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive up. Offense. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Carr. And one more time, here's Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick.
There he goes right side, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Browns drive about to get started.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. To throw, it's Carr.
Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Carr's throw taken in here by Chase.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Ja'Marr Chase.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Ja'Marr Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On play action, Fields. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Jameson Williams.
72 yards.
And the Bengals have moved out in front.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. From midfield, here's Carr. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Will Fuller, 50 yards.
And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
taken at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Play action. It's Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The Bengals come into this one still undefeated despite the one tie. And they come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 54 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
These two teams all tied after one.
Taylor will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line, so if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
Here's Taylor again.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Jonathan Taylor, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Carr going to throw.
Throw left side complete to Chase. On the move past the 40.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Short little throw to Ebron.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 14. And this offense on third down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. Henderson will try and run for the first. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Touchdown, Browns. Will Fuller with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pick up there, 26 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And room there to work it inside the 25. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up with a very good clip.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Fields
He's got it to Williams. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Second down and goal. Fields. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Quez Watkins
from a yard out.
And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Bengals score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Carr now on first down.
He sees Fuller on the out route, and it's complete.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here's Fields.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Trey McBride
as the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The final shot here before half for Carr. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Now a handoff, Taylor with it.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw going into the hands of Williams. Down inside the 10.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Ben Banogu. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Off play action, Fields. That pass caught, it's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Fields. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. He's got this complete to Williams. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they got it 1st and goal.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd and goal, Fields. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jameson Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. This offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw into the hands of Kirk.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Carr now on first down.
Quickly into the hands of Fuller. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
53, check 53. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now Carr again. And completes it to Kirk over the middle.
And the Browns are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It'll be first and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Henderson is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Robinson is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Now Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Will Fuller from 4 yards out.
And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
89 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Williams brings it in. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like,
touchdown!
Jamison Williams
from 6 yards away.
And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw his Carr.
He'll get this underneath to Henderson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Carr to throw again. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
Check. 53 flight. Check. 53 flight. Check.
From the gun, it's Carr. Open man is Kirk, complete. Touchdown, Browns. Christian Kirk, 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And now defensively they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Now a first down throw, Fields.
Finding Williams once more, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. The quick slant caught. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again is Fields.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamison Williams.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Bengals could be on their way to 7-1 as they add on to their lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Trayvon Walker.
He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing his car on 3rd down.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down.
To throw, it's Carr.
Man open downfield, it's Fuller.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Will Fuller, 55 yards.
And the Browns get a bit closer. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
On first down, it's Fields. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends. And under